Hello everyone and welcome to another Ranger ranking tier list. Today we are going to be ranking Yellow Rangers from Mighty Morphin to Beast Morphers, plus some honorable mentions such as Jack from Hyperforce. So in this video we will be ranking Yellow Rangers. Like I usually say, these tier lists are done for fun. Don't take them too seriously. They're not power scaling, they're just how I remember the characters, if they did anything useful, if I haven't seen the season or not. I'm just going to talk about the Rangers and ramble on about them and be like, hey, I remember this range, I'll put him in this ranking. That's pretty much how it goes if you haven't seen these kind of videos before on my channel. But anyway, guys, I've done almost all the colored ranges, or the main colors. I've just got pink after this, and green if you want to do green, but there's also normal green ranges out there. But anyway, I'm rambling. Onto the list. First up is Trini from Mighty Morphin. Let's put her in S tier because it's Trini. She's OG. She's an awesome character. Twee did an awesome job playing her, and yeah, Trini's just a great character. Even in the comics, Trini is an amazing character. Alright, next up on the list is Aisha. Now, I could put Aisha in S tier, but I think I'll put her in A tier for now. I mean, Aisha is a fun character. She's a good character, a well-written character. She does have goofy moments where what I say about certain characters, where they're just basically repeating it for the blind who can't see it at home, because she will basically say the basic thing that is going on right now. So, yeah, but Aisha is a fun character, and I met Karen Ashley, and she's really awesome and really cool. So, Aisha can go on A tier, and then maybe I'll move her up once I'm done with the list. Equation Ranger. Let's put this guy in D because Equation Ranger. I've expressed my thoughts about the Equation Rangers through this tier list, saying how they didn't do much, they didn't do anything. They wasted the Kaku Ranger suits on these guys, and we have never seen them since Mighty Morphin and Zeo days, but oh well. Alright, next up on the list is Tanya. Tanya is going to be A tier because Tanya is an interesting character. I mean, at the end of Alien Rangers, she was all grown up and stuff, and then in Zeo, she was adjusting to a new life. They sort of hinted at a relationship between her and Adam in the TV show, but Tanya was a fun character. I kind of wish they did more of her. I think they probably did have some good Tanya episodes back in the day. I just haven't gone back and watched all of Zeo from front to back. I did do it when I had Netflix for the first time. I watched Zeo for the very first time in a long time when I first got Netflix when it arrived in Australia. But I might have to find out what other dedicated episodes Tanya got back in the day. Ashley, I want to put an S tier because, like I said, my first exposure to the characters was that Psycho Ranger tape. I think I got that tape before the cast change in frickin' Turbo back in the day on Australian TV. But either way, Ashley can be in S tier. I mean, she can be an annoying character sometimes, but she's a like I say for a lot of these characters, she's very well written. She had some interesting arcs here and there in Turbo and in frickin' in space. But either way, yeah, she's gonna go in S tier. Alright, Maya, she can go in B tier because Maya, I feel like, was a character they could have explored more, but they didn't do much with. Like, she was the last of her kind, she could speak to animals, she was psychic, she had all these weird powers that I felt like they didn't go into deep enough. And I know that the Lost Galaxy had a few script changes here and there, and stuff happened here and there with Lost Galaxy in production, but I know that's not like the execution for the character, but I feel like rewatching Lost Galaxy like I did this year, Maya could have been written better. She could have had some better episodes here and there, but it is what it is. Maya's a fun character. She's an interesting character for me as a kid, and even as an adult, I feel like they could have used more potential with the character. But yeah. Alright, Kelsey will put in B. I want to say C because I haven't seen all of Lightspeed Rescue, but I'll put in B because someone's going to argue with me. Katie, we can also put in B. She's a fun little character as well. I do like her super strength and the performance that the actor gives off. So, Katie can be in B. Taylor can be in A tier because like Taylor is this big grumpy wumpy when she joins, and then she learns to open up to the team and be a better person. She meets Eric Myers, and Eric Myers has a talk with her, and they become bestest friends. Alright, Dustin. Dustin, I want to put in. I want to say A for being the first male Yellow Ranger, but B. But Dustin is a fun comic relief, and I do enjoy him. And he's got a bit of lulls here and there. So Dustin can go in A. Alright, Kira. B or A? I mean, not B or C. B or C. We haven't put anyone in C yet, so Kira can go in C. And Kira is an interesting character. I'll say that much. Like her music thing, she wants to be a diva and stuff like that. But Kira is a cool character, but yeah, we'll put her in C for cool. I should say C for cool. I could go on a rant about Kira for a long time. Like, I will probably devolve me into ranting about the actress and how she treats the fandom these days, but oh well. It is what it is. Z can go in B tier just to be higher than Kira. Chip. I want to say Chip is in C. I mean, I want to put Chip higher because Chip has an interesting character arc in Mystic Force. I mean, he's into magic and stuff. He was bullied for being into magic and stuff, and then he learns to say, like what you like, don't let other people judge the things you like. I think that's the lesson Chip learns where he tells it to the others, but Chip was an interesting character when I watched a few episodes of Mystic Force 10 years ago. I should have rewatched Mystic Force when doing this tier list, but oh well, it is what it is. Chip can be in C. If you want to argue with me and say he's higher, go right ahead. Operation Overdrive Ranger, you can be in D because you're Operation Overdrive. I'm sorry. Freaking Lily. Lily is like A tier, we'll say, because Jungle Fury is such a good season. Alright, Summer. Summer. She is S tier. She is S tier because RPM's an awesome season, and the character, not the Forever Yellow, the Operation Yellow Ranger episode, whatever it's called, that is a cool arc where she came from this rich story. She like learned to become this really cool badass, and she's just a really cool character. Like watching RPM for the first time on Netflix, like last year or this year. She's got this really cool backstory that I really did like, and a lot of the Operation, not Operation Overdrive, RPM Rangers had interesting episodes dedicated to them. Everyone except for Dylan, because we never got a Operation Series Black Ranger episode. There was plans, but we never got it. But oh well. Summer is definitely S tier, that's for sure. Emily, I want to put in C tier because they did try with this character. They did try with this character to give her some backstory. She was like a carbon copy of her Sentai with the sister being sick, and she has to become a ranger in her place and stuff like that, and she's a bit nervous and timid, and she learns to stand up for herself and stuff like that. I think that's the character. I haven't watched Samurai in a long time, but I remember those were the gist of her character, so Emma can be in C tier for this list. Alright, now we're talking. Gia is A tier. I want to say S tier. Now I'm going to say S tier for these reasons. Everyone's going to be like, well, she never had a dedicated episode to herself like all these other rangers that you were listing off. And yeah, I am right. Gia never got any episodes focused around her. But the thing is, this episode, this character never got any shine towards her in the character episodes dedicated to him. But the one thing that Ciara Hanna did bring forward after Super Megaforce and Megaforce ended, she has become like the face of that season. She's in all the short films. She's in a few fan projects. She was one of the characters that made it into the early roster of Battle for the Grid and frickin' Legacy Wars. So, like, Super Megaforce Yellow has been one of those standout characters that has stuck around and become the face of that series since the series ended. And I know a lot of people don't like Megaforce and Super Megaforce, but the character Gia, say what you want about Megaforce and Super Megaforce, or even the character Gia, Ciara Hanna and the character Gia has basically become the face of that series of Megaforce and Super Megaforce. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I view it as a good thing. Alright, Calvin. Calvin we can put in C. C for Calvin. Zoe, I want to put in... I don't want to, like, be like, oh, I've been enjoying Beast Morphers. Let's put you in A automatically. I want to put you in B. Because Zoe is a cool character. I say that a lot about these characters. Zoe is a fun character, and she's had a few episodes dedicated to herself, like Tools of Betrayal and End of the Road, and even in the first episode we learned what Zoe was about, and Zoe has had some great episodes dedicated to her in Beast Morphers. I think there's one more coming up in the US airing of Beast Morphers on American TV. I believe so. I think it's episode 17 or 18. You'll find out when it airs, but she has this really cool speech at the end of that episode that she gives the lesson of the day, and Jacqueline's performance as Zoe is always fun to watch, and I can't wait to see what happens to Zoe moving forward in Season 2, because she's had like 2 or 3 episodes dedicated to her, and I want to see where it goes next. Alright, Jack. Jack can go in S tier. I'm sorry for having half of his body cut out, but that's how the image cropped him, unfortunately. I should have got a picture of, like, a portrait picture or something, but Jack is S tier, because the reason why it's S tier, because it's Paul Schreier. He became a Power Ranger eventually. He was Bulk in the series for so many years, and then many years later, he became a Ranger in Hyperforce, the tabletop series. If you have not seen Hyperforce, please go see it. Hyperforce is amazing. Everyone wants Hyperforce Season 2. They teased at Hyperforce Season 2, and I would love Hyperforce Season 2. And I don't know if we're ever going to get Hyperforce Season 2, because Hasbro has not said anything about it. Maybe when I stop recording this video, when I finish editing it, there'll be some news about Hyperforce Season 2, but for now, nothing about Hyperforce Season 2 that's come out so far. So Hasbro, if you're watching, Hyperforce Season 2 when? Alright guys, that's pretty much the list. We've got Trini, Ashley, Summer, Gia, Jack, Aisha, Tanya, Taylor, Dustin, Lily, Maya, Kelsey, Katie, Z, Zoe, Kira, Chip, Emily, Calvin, Aquation Ranger, and Operation Overdrive Yellow. So that is my thoughts on Yellow Rangers. If you have any disagreements, tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your opinions. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, like the video, all that good stuff you say at a video that is obligatory. I cannot think right now. I am starving right now. I'm going to make some food after I'm done with this video. But anyway guys, I will see you guys later. Peace out.